Hello. Thank you for joining me today. There's a concept of hoarding. You've heard about it before. There are, unfortunately, some people out there who hoard things. They're called hoarders. It's actually, in some instances, a disease. They can't get rid of anything. They keep newspapers, they keep magazines, they keep extra clothes, they keep anything that they find, anything that they have. They have a fear of getting rid of stuff. So much stuff, they don't know what to do with it. And fortunately, for those of you that have had the opportunity to perhaps even see a show, there are people who live in this kind of environment. I mean, it is packed. Their house is packed to the point where they might not even know how to get to the bed or certain things in their house that they can't even use, like a couch, because it's full of stuff. They have a fear of getting rid of the stuff that they may think tomorrow they might need. Now that's called a hoarder, and obviously to that level, that's somebody that's way out of line. Now the question is, how much of that do you have in your life? Think about that. Ask, for instance, about your own desk. Is your desk clean? Here's mine. Look at this. Empty. This is how I work. I take out a piece of paper and I put it on the desk right here. And when I work on that piece of paper, when I'm done with it, I put it away. But this is what my desk looks like every day. If I keep anything above the amount of hours that I need it, it's because I didn't get it done. Then why should it be on my desk? It should be filed or it should be thrown out. And if it's something that was important at one point in time, it may have to be shredded. But to stay on my desk, what's the point? Right? It's like the dishes in the kitchen. Once you eat, you do the dishes, put them away back in the cupboard. It's like your clothes. You either wear them or they belong hanging in the closet somewhere. For you to leave them sitting on the couch or on the chair or on the rail or somewhere other than where they belong to be, which means on the hanger, is because you're not sure what to do with it during that time. Now you may say, wait a second. Let's talk about a few things here. First of all, let's talk about the mail. Let's say you received the mail today. So it sits on the desk and you say, I'll open the mail later. Alright? Well, if that's the case, why is it on your desk? The desk is to work. The desk is to do reports. The desk is to do writing. The desk is to do things that are pressing, that need your elbows, your mind, your pen, and writing. Anything else is useless on the desk. What's the point of that? Well, same thing with the coat. Coat should either be hanging in the closet or it should be on you. You say, well, I came home and I was in a rush and I just put it on the chair because I had to run and do something important. Fine. Then right after that, did you put it away? We tend to have so much stuff we don't know what to do with it. That's one part of it. Now there's another part, and that is that we don't know how to get rid of stuff. We buy stuff, we accumulate more stuff, and we keep it there, and we continuously get that stuff in our way. And it stays there over and over and over again. And for instance, we get a letter. And we read it, and it's an important article, and say, wow, that's a great article. Let me keep that. And we just stick it in the file. Well, perhaps it should go into a special folder. Maybe it should be scanned and put in a different file folder on the computer. Maybe it just needs to be thrown away because you read it. But most people don't do that. You see, most people say, I have a need for this later on. Maybe I'll be able to use it later. And they keep that stuff. So much stuff. Look around you. I want you to take the time when you leave this video today. After we're finished, I want you to look around your desk. I want you to look around your office space. I want you to look around your car. I want you to look around in your pockets. I want you to look around in your wallet. I want you to look around in your home, in your kitchens, in your bedroom, in your bathrooms, everywhere. And look at the stuff that you've accumulated. So much stuff. So much stuff. Do you really need it? Is it necessary? What is the role of that stuff? And so, by having that stuff, now the question is this. If you're looking at this stuff, and what do you do with it? Here's the problem. You say, but I might use it one time. Well, how long is that? A week, a month, a year? When is the next time you're going to use that stuff? That's number one question. Number two question. When was the last time you used that stuff? So open up your wallet right now. Take out your wallet, open it, and look in there and see some of the things that you may not have taken out 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 months, maybe even more. Why are you carrying it around? Well, just in case you need it. Okay. Such as what? Social Security number card? When would you ever need that? And if you do need it, why would you carry it with you? And it's in the back of the wallet. How often would you need that? When you do need it, you know the number. Is it really that necessary to have the card? So you start looking at this and you start wondering, do I need that? So start going through the stuff in there and you will see so much stuff you don't need. Look how many pair of pants or how many skirts, how many dresses, how many outfits you have that you haven't worn for years and never will wear them again. Why did you keep them? Now the question is, why am I getting to all of this? This is a question about organization, cleaning up your closet. You want me to do a spring cleaning and just throw all that stuff away? Is that what it's all about? Just make it clean so that it could look like this? Is that what it is? No. I'll tell you what the problem is. It's an interesting concept. If a glass is full, can you put more in that glass? No, you can't. In order to fill up a glass with something, you have to have space. So you have to empty some to put some in there. The amount that you empty is the amount that you put back. If the glass is empty, however, now you got a full glass that you can put whatever you want in it. Now, think of your life as a glass. If the glass is empty, the container is empty, it can take so much of anything. So if you want things to change in your life, the first thing you need to do is you need to empty the container. So let's talk about it from a practical, spiritual, and physical aspect. It doesn't work on everything. For instance, financial. We don't want to empty the bank account completely and then let's start all over again. That doesn't make sense. Financial, we want more money in the account, not less money in the account. But when it comes to, let's say, things that you have in your home, by getting rid of some of that stuff, the extra clothes, the extra pieces of glass that you were keeping there because one day you thought you might be taking a mosaic class and you're going to put that together. Or the little screw that you found somewhere in the back of the closet and you realize that it belongs to this suitcase and you'll put it back one day. These little things that mean absolutely nothing but accumulate in the drawers. You know what's even more interesting? Is if you were to pull my drawers right now in every one of these desks, I have several drawers on one side and the other. You'll find a few items organized and that's it. And you might say, well, Dr. Dahan, you're OCDC. You're one of those compulsive guys that everything has to be this way. Maybe you got a problem. Maybe that's a psychological problem. Maybe you're sick. Just that I'm not. I realize that in order for me to do more, I have to have less. I realize that in order for me to get more, I have to give. I realize that in order for me to receive everything that I want in this world, both physically, internally, and psychologically and spiritually, I've got to be a receptacle. I've got to be a vessel that's able to take in. Now, I can't take in unless I have space. You can't. It's not possible. Not possible. What's interesting is this. Every one of us, at least I'm almost certain by the time you watch this video, you're old enough or an adult enough that you've been in love at least once. Possibly more than once. Maybe a few times. But this one person that you've loved, you are only able to love this one person at a time. It's very difficult to love two people at a time, if you love them in a genuine fashion. And I'm not talking about a love of a parent, because we love parents, we love a mother and a father. But I'm talking about another individual, someone that you've met, that you fell in love with. You can only love one person at a time. Yet we see in history, there are people that loved more than one person, but not at the same time. Is it possible to give 100% to each and every, both of them at the same time? Not possible. You cannot be entirely good and entirely bad at the same time. Cannot. What would be an example of that? Well, you cannot go to, let's say, a bar, be totally drunk, and act ridiculously stupid, and at the same time, act totally in a professional, adult, responsible person, and do the right thing. You can't. Either you're a drunk, or you're a professor. You're a doctor teaching and helping a person, or you're just in the street smoking pot, wasting time, and who knows what other crazy thing you could be doing. The two opposites do not go together. They do not commingle. You cannot do something terribly bad and something terribly good at the same time. You can't. It's a whole concept of stealing money from a charity box. I see a charity box. I go to a house of worship and I see a box full of coins that people have put in, hard-earned money that they've put in as a charity box. And I take from that charity and I say, I'm stealing. I don't care what kind of house of worship this is. If it's a mosque or a synagogue or a temple or a church, it doesn't matter to me. It makes no difference. I'm stealing from that because I'm going to give it to a good cause. Well, the fact that you're going to give it to a good cause is a good thing. The fact that you stole is a bad thing. So the two don't make sense. They cancel each other out. You cannot be mean to someone and at the same time be good to them. Either you're mean or you're good. Two opposites cannot live in the same space. Not possible. Not at the same time. One at a time. But not at the same time. Not when it comes to getting and receiving. It's amazing. It really is amazing. When the person has so much stuff in their home, and so much stuff in their house, so much stuff in their mind, they're not able to process information. And they have a harder time leading on to the next level, leading on to the next subject. And so, in order to start a project, the first thing that you do is you have to clear your desk completely. And now, the table is empty. And that's what the chef does, right? Chef in the kitchen says, okay, let's clear up the whole counter. And then start bringing the fresh ingredients one at a time, one thing at a time. And as they bring those things in, they now decide what ingredients are going to be mixed, what ingredients are going to be put together, and that's how they make a new meal, a new dish, something. Same thing with a meeting, right? Start a brand new agenda. What are we going to talk about today? Let's leave the old stuff out. Let's talk about the things that we're going to need. People live with a lot of stuff. So much stuff. And they have a hard time getting rid of that stuff. Hard time. I went and visited a family member not long ago. Someone who's close, and I was at her house. And I can't tell you, there were so many papers, so many books. So I asked her, I said, do you read all these books? And she said, some of them have great articles in them. So I understand that, but you've read them. She said, yes. So why are you keeping them? She said, well, I thought one day I might need them. Are you writing a book? No. Are you creating a website? No. Are you actually gathering together a series of articles so you can publish something? No, not at all. So why would you need those? Well, I have them now, she said. I understand that. But why are you keeping them? If they're good, they could be filed. So you might say, well, the issue then, it's not a matter of having the article. The issue is, where do you keep that article? No. There's two issues. One is to keep the extra stuff, and the other is not to know what to do with it. I can guarantee you, I can say this unequivocally, unquestionably, and undeniably. You finish this video today. You go back to your car and you open up the glove compartment and the armrest, and you'll find all this little extra stuff that you haven't used, that you don't need, but you just carry it around. And you'll find the same thing in your kitchen. You'll find the same thing in your home, in your closets. You'll find the same thing in the drawers, in your night table. Now, I know some of you are saying right now, what is he trying to do? He wants to clean up our place. No. I want to ask you the question first. A, do you need that stuff? B, if you do need it, how come you haven't used it in the last couple of years? And C, if you think you're going to use it again, is it truly necessary? So the stuff that you do have, do you really need it? There's a saying that goes like this. What's forbidden is forbidden. That we know. But what's allowed, is it necessary? So the things that you're not allowed to have, that you don't want to have, that you cannot have, that you will not have, that we understand. But the stuff that you do have, do you really need it? Is it necessary? Is that something you could have done without? It's an interesting thing, isn't it? So, for those of you that wonder, am I that OCDC person? Absolutely. Yes. This is what my desk looks like every day, and this is what it looks like when my home, totally empty. I will not leave my desk ever with something on it. Because that means my day wasn't finished. That means I had more stuff than I could have used. Something is wrong with that. And the same thing comes to my home. If I have a sweater, I wear it. If not, then it's folded and it's in its place. I wear it over a period of time. If I see that I don't wear it over a period of time, I purge it. Get rid of it. Do not keep it. What's the point? Why? It gives me more room to put more stuff in there. Yep. And that is how the business runs successfully. Leave yourself empty. Make yourself a vessel to receive greater, better, stronger, continuous blessings. If you're ready for that. So how does one person purge themselves of all this stuff? What do we do? Well, from a practical standpoint, it's easy. Start with one area. Start with a desk. Just look through it and see what do we do. And then take one drawer at a time. This drawer has got all the little stuff that you've accumulated over the years. And look at that stuff and say, do I really need this? Have I ever needed it? Have I used it in the past year? Is it something that I want? If not, get rid of it. Throw it away. That's it. And don't look back. And just do one drawer at a time. As you slowly purge some of that stuff, tomorrow will come, and then do not bring more stuff into the house. Do not bring more stuff into your life. Do not bring more stuff into your car. Do not bring more stuff onto your desk. Stop. Stop. Now this is what you have to do personally. There's knowledge that you have. There's also all kinds of things that you've done. And some of you have done extraordinary things and lead a magnificent life. But you have baggage. We all have baggage. Things that are regrettable, to say the least. The things that we cannot change, let go. The things that you can change, make it a difference today. And start giving to people. You meet someone, be kind with them. Be kind to them. Give them some of the things that you have. Your knowledge, perhaps. Help, money, assistance, a warm word, something that you can give them. Warmth is as important as money. And if you share that warmth, that other person will benefit. And start giving all the goodness you have. Within you, there's plenty of good. So much. Some of it is buried, deep. Some of it is on the surface. Take it all out. Some at a time. And the more you give, the more exchange, the more you give to other people, you realize how much they need you and how much you enjoy being with them. And they'll realize that you're a phenomenal person, incredible in sharing and giving. The more you do that, the more you'll get. And you'll be amazed by becoming a simpler, easier communicator, both psychologically and spiritually and physically. how much you'll be able to give to people and what you'll get back. Now don't give it for the giving. Do it because it's the right thing to do. Don't do it so that you get something back. Do it because it's the right thing to do. So we don't give so we can get back, and we don't give so it feels good. We do it because it's the right thing to do. Period. End of discussion. And stop carrying the stuff. Once you become that person, you will be amazed what you can accomplish. It says there is nothing more whole than a broken heart. It's the truth. It's so true. There's nothing stronger than a piece of rope that broke and that was tied together after. Nothing stronger than that. Because it broke. And now, once we tie it back together, it becomes so strong, nothing can move it. There's nothing greater out there, nothing stronger, nothing more substantial than this. And that's what I want for you. That's what I wish for you. My father, bless his heart, before he passed away, he told me to always live my life in a way that I could, at any given time, pick up the phone and give him a call and say, Papa, I'm proud of what I'm doing and I want to share it with you. He said to me, if you could pick up that phone anywhere you were, at any given time, in whatever action you're involved, and tell me about it and be proud of it, you're doing the right thing. Well, I can tell you right now, I could pick up that phone, and if he could be on the other end of that line, I could tell him what I was doing. You know what that is? Sharing with you what I've learned. When you give to another person a little bit of yourself, you don't just help them out, you don't just guide them, you don't just make them be a different person, you become part of them. Because goodness spreads, and greatness is contagious, and it proliferates from one level to another. So to be that right person, to be that greatness, to be that person that can help others, you have to want to do it. But just get rid of the stuff. You got to come by yourself. It's got to come from the heart. Because it says that words that come from the heart enter the heart. And so that's what I wish for you. That you share with others, that you give to others, that you give in a way that is unprecedented. Transform their lives by transcendenting above and beyond what there ever was in your mind. You know, it says that in opposites cannot live in reality. For instance, you cannot take a ball and put it into a box and have the box into the ball at the same time. Either the ball, it's a circle, it's round. If you put the box inside of it, it cannot be also outside. In other words, something that's inside cannot be outside, something that's outside cannot be inside. Either the box has in it the ball, or the ball has in it the box. In the dream, however, those two can coexist. In the dream, you can dream where the box is outside of the box, the ball, and the ball is at the same time outside of the box. Something impossible. That's why we say, wow, the guy was dreaming. Person was totally out. They were totally dreaming. Yes. Some people say it's delusion. When it comes to greatness, to goodness, when it comes to gratefulness, you can have opposites meet. When you give to another, you can be the giver of what you've got without taking anything away from them. And the two can coexist. It's an amazing concept. But you've got to go without the stuff. And to do that, you cannot carry all this stuff with you. So, it's time to clean up. It's time to shape up. It's time to change. For things to change, you have to change. It doesn't start with you. And go around in a circle in your whole life. And nothing changes. The only way it will change is if you change, if you agree, if you give. The more you give, the more you get. And if you help other people get what they want, you'll get everything you want, and more. That's a guarantee. May God bless each and every one of us to find our path and to create a legacy for what we do, for who we are, for what we have. And make it in such a way where we give to each other unconditionally, without any restrictions, without any limit. Remember, however, to be able to give, you have to have something to offer. And to receive, you have to be a vessel, a receptacle, an empty one that can take it. So, humility, humbleness, goodness, these are fine character traits. They're not things we were born with. They are attributes that we develop over the years. I encourage you to work on that. I encourage you to acquire that. I encourage you to be that person. May God bless us to reach these goals and be without the stuff. Have a great day and a wonderful venture. Take care. Hello. Thank you for taking the time to come and join me today. And I'm not sure what to say. Just stop. Wait, you can't put the prompt. There's no prompt. I don't need it. Just stop. Okay, I think I got it. So let's just focus again one more time. Let's start. Hello, and no, I can't start like this. Hello. It's such a headache. Oh, I can't believe, please God help me on this one.